Yo, what's up, guys? So I gave out this $5,000 play on Prize Picks earlier, but I got another $5,000 play on this new, kind of platform. It works very similar to Prize Picks, and it's called Jock Market. So I have another $5,000 big hitter play. And I've explained before, but there's really two main reasons for signing up, for a new sportsbook for Jock Market. The first reason is they offer an $100 sign-up bonus, right? So a lot of these books, different books that I use that I kind of explain, is they all offer these sign-up bonuses. So I'll include a link below, but Jock Market, they offer an $100 deposit match. You put $100 in, there's going to be $200 in your account if you just sign up with promo code Alex. So that's my refer a friend promo code. You get $100 for free. The second reason, and I've discussed this in other videos, but as a sports bettor, you want to have as many sportsbook accounts as possible. You never know where the value is going to be on a given day. So out of this $90,000 of profit, I'm up sports betting this year. It's from a bunch of different platforms, right? So what's a play I placed on Fliff? So there's a play I bet recently on Fliff. It's right here, Tyler Glasnow, under 15 and a half outs at minus 105 odds. So I just included this in a parlay on Fliff, right? This play, it's not available on Prize Picks. It's not available, right? This play is not on Prize Picks. It's not available on Prize Picks, not available on Jock Market. So the more books you have, the more profitable betting opportunities are going to be available to you. But anyways, let's start getting into some of these picks. So my first play is right here. It's an absolutely incredible play from the OddsJam Fantasy Optimizer. So I pulled up Jock Market, as you can kind of see right here, right? So I got Jock Market pulled up right here. Right? And again, sometimes you're going to see more value on Prize Picks, sometimes Underdog. You never really know. But long story short, Underdog MLB basically is a source that releases when official lineups are released. So you can see lineups are being released, the starting lineups for MLB teams today. And this oftentimes causes a lot of lines to move, which we'll kind of go through in the rest of this video. But for example, my first play is in the Cardinals game. I'm on Jack Flaherty under 5.5 strikeouts, right? So when you're using the fantasy screen, the fantasy optimizer, you just want to take these picks in green. It's pretty simple. They're all profitable on Jock Market. Right, so basically the reason lines move, so if we look at this play on Jack Flaherty, just as an example, is lineups come out for the opposing team. You can see a lot of, official lineups were just released for the MLB today. This causes lines to move because Jack Flaherty, right, when the opposing team, when their hitters are released, it clearly was a team, or clearly the lineup is indicating they're less likely to strike out. Sorry, my screen cut out there for a second, but what I was saying is official lineups were released, so the Cardinals are playing the Pirates. So once the official starting lineup for the Pirates comes out, and you can see this was released about an hour ago, is that affects, right? This is who Flaherty is pitching against. So if these players, right, in the starting lineup, if they don't strike out as much, that's going to cause Flaherty's strikeout line, right, to move lower. The under is going to be more favored based on the people he's pitching against, right? So new information entered the market when lineups are released. The same way if a company has earnings and they made a lot of money, the stock price will go up. The market is reflecting, right, is reacting to new information, and it's no different in sports betting. So the Pirates, their starting hitters, right, their starting lineup is released. That affects Jack Flaherty's strikeout line. So what you're going to notice is what sportsbooks did is they started to rip lines in favor of his under. So clearly his under is a lot more likely based on this starting lineup for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So long story short, odds started to move, right? And if you take a look at the sports books, what you're going to notice is for Jack Flaherty, all of the books have his under 5.5 strikeouts really, really heavily favored, right? Kind of like around, minus 170, minus 175 odds. Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book in the world, they have his under all the way down at minus 188 odds. So I've explained this before, but Jock Market, right? This platform, they have the exact same payout structure as Prize Picks. Right? So you look at a Prize Picks 5 flex play, this is the exact same payout structure, right, as Jock Market. So Jock Market is a new platform. They literally just copied the payout structure on Prize Picks, which is pretty funny. But basically, the way that Prize Picks works is any 5 picks you select, if I head over to Prize Picks, any 5 picks you select, right? It doesn't matter if you take overs, unders, you're always getting the same payout. So if I switch this to, let's say, a soccer play, Ederson over 2.5 saves, we're still getting the same payout, right? Prize Picks is a fixed payout platform. Any 5 picks you select, soccer, MLB, NBA, doesn't matter. This is always the payout you're getting. So basically, if you go through the math behind Jock Market, behind Prize Picks, what you're going to see is you need to win 54.25% of your player props to be profitable, right? So this is a play winning above 54.25% of the time. It's winning way above 54.25% of the time, 58.87%. So in a Jock Market entry or in a Prize Picks entry, this play has an ROI of 34%, right? So you can play around with these numbers. Prize Picks, Jock Market, right? They have the same payouts. They're platforms where they don't change your payout based on the 5 picks you select. So everything boils down to what percentage of your picks can you win, right? The way these platforms make money is they know most sports bettors don't have an advantage. If you don't have an advantage, right, you picking over under is like you flipping a coin, 50% heads, 50% tails. If you have no advantage, you're going to win 50% of your player props. You're going to lose 50% of your over unders, right? So that's not going to cut it. On these platforms, you got to win above 54.25% of your picks to have an edge to make money long term. So Jack Flattery's 58.87%. So that's a really good play. And again, this is all just based on sportsbook odds. You look at the sportsbooks, they all have Flattery's under super heavily favored. Pinnacle, sharpest bookmaker in the world, has his under all the way down at minus 188 odds, right? His under is really, really heavily favored. So this is an incredible play to go with on Jock Market. Again, Prize Picks, Jock Market, they don't change your payout based on you selecting over versus under, right? So if every sportsbook is telling you, yo, Jack Flattery, he's a lot more likely to go under as opposed to over, then obviously in your Prize Picks entry or your Jock Market entry, you want to include his under. So you may be like, okay, why didn't you just bet this play on Jack Flattery, on Prize Picks? Again, these books have different lines from one another. So if we go over to pitching strikeouts and we look up this Jack Flattery guy, his line is at 5, right? So on Jock Market, we're getting 5.5. We're getting under 5.5, which is better than under 5, right? All these books set lines independently. Jock Market has Flattery's line at 5.5. Prize Picks is at 5, right? So these books have different lines. So the value here is on Jock Market. So we caught them asleep at the wheel, right? Like lineups came out, right? Clearly Flattery's under is a lot more likely than his over. His under 5.5 strikeouts is really heavily favored on all the sports books. Easily a player prop winning above 54.25% of the time. So it's a great pick to include in our entry. Then we can keep going. Luis Castillo over 4.5 hits allowed. So if you take a look at Luis Castillo, right? All of the books have his over 4.5 hits allowed, heavily favored, right? Once again, lineups were released. The starting lineup for, the team that he's pitching against. So he's pitching against the Rangers. Clearly, they're better hitters who are more likely to get on base. So his over 4.5 hits allowed line is the much more favored outcome on all the sports books. It's not just like you have one data point, right? As a sharp bettor, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. All these books are data points, right? They're all saying the same thing. Hey, Luis Castillo, he's a lot more likely to go over 4.5 strikeouts. All the books have his over really heavily favored as opposed to under. So this is another play that was on the fantasy optimizer, right? Then you can go to Brandon Williamson under 4.5 strikeouts. Brendan Donovan under 1.5 bases. I mean, I'm always just following the data. So $5,000 entry on Jock Market, right? I've been crushing it on this platform so far. So my 5 picks for today are Flattery under 5.5 Ks, Castillo over 4.5 hits allowed, Williamson under 4.5 Ks, Donovan under 1.5 bases, and Barbashev under half of a point. So 5 picks, basically all of them. I mean, literally just following the data, grabbing picks from the fantasy optimizer, right? So simply follow the data. Any questions you have, don't hesitate to reach out. Let's make some money, guys.